And here we have our guest. Let's go ahead and bring him in. Here, let me move all this other mess out of the way. And let's bring in our honored guest. How's it going, y'all? We got.
How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic. I am more awake than I usually am because I had to get up earlier for a prior interview. For Declan and Rory, who are over across the pond.
Okay.
So I am
really early.
Yeah, I am wide awake. I'm not normally awake this early. I'm awake by now, but usually I'm just waking up. By around this time. I go to bed super late. I usually see the sun come up before I go to bed.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
A lot of artist buddies of mine. I'm
ready.
But yeah, it's because that's when the creative juices are flowing.
Yeah.
Honestly, you're right.
Yeah.
I find it early in the morning for me. If I get up at like 5 or 6.
Okay, yeah. See, you're doing it right though. You're doing it right.
I'm the most productive. First thing in the morning, I'm the most productive.
See, for me, it's like I feel like I need to flip it to the way you do it, so that way I actually have had a good night's sleep.
There you go.
And then the juices are flowing. But for me, it's like it's time to go to bed, and I'm like, oh, but wait, I could do this, and it's like, okay,
that one more thing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I could do this, and then 3 hours later, here I am. It's 6 a.m. and I'm like, oh my god, I should be in bed. But no. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Welcome Tom Sniegoski and Jeannine Acheson, who, as I mentioned earlier, we've had on the show before.
Yes.
We have talked about Vampirella Dark Reflections.
Yeah.
We've talked about Soul Taker. And by the way, there's links to all of that down below. If you are so inclined, you want to go check any of that out, go do that. Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back officially back. Yeah.
Now I feel fancy because I'm officially back.
It's cause you are. Y'all are fancy. I always enjoy our conversations. Well, I wanted to ask because I know this is technically what we're here to talk about today. In case anyone's just tuning in, we're here to talk about NIRA, a Constance Evermore story. And this is actually something we've kind of alluded to and talked about in previous conversations that was on the horizon.
Yes.
I think even going back to like our first talk collectively.
Yeah.
And it's even more on the horizon now than it ever was before. I believe it's September 16th. I believe that's the day. Also, sidebar. Not really a sidebar because it is actually related. There's a link down below where you can go and pre-order the book, especially if you enjoyed this conversation, you like the energy, you like what we're talking about. Go click that link and get yourself taken care of. Yeah, just do that. But what has been going on? What has been going on with y'all since last time we talked together?
Work. That's it.
All it is.
Everything.
All it is. Working the fingers to the bone.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lot. That is actually a lot.
Yeah. Busy.
Keeps you off the pole.
Keeps us out of trouble.
Keeps you off the pole.
Well, I mean, considering everything y'all have been doing as of late, which once again, between I didn't mention this one before, but I mean, between the stuff y'all have done, between Vampyverse, between Pantha, between Vampirella Dark Reflections, and Soul Taker, up to now, and also including this NIRA. I mean, that's a lot, and that's a lot to be doing. That's a pretty. That's a pretty dense dance card.
And,
And that's not even all.
That's not even all.
Yeah,
of it.
that's not even all of it. So there you go.
There's a bunch of stuff we still can't talk about because it hasn't
Oh my God.
officially announced or anything like that.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh.
I know.
So, well, you know what? And I'm curious to know because working together on all these things, and like kind of getting to work, and not just the things we're just talking about, but things that you can't even talk about.
Right.
It's like, how do you find the time?
There's a lot of weekends.
Yeah, you find weekends are usually my catch-up time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like one of those things where, all right, we were supposed to get this, and this done during the week. We got this and this, but these two things were stragglers. So Saturday and Sunday usually are kind of like pick up the stuff that you dropped along the way to get you back on somewhat of a schedule by the time the new week rolls around.
Occasionally we divide and conquer. Sometimes if I'm not here in the office 2 days a week, then we're on Google Meet for the other days. And there will be times when he'll be like, "Oh, I've got a script. I have to get it in. They're hounding me. And so we'll take like the morning off and we'll meet like at lunchtime. So he'll go to his corner and do his work. I'll go to my corner and do my work. And then we'll meet up for lunch. But I don't think there's very seldom a day goes by that we don't like meet to work.
Now.
Like Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, 9 to 6. And then sometimes on the weekends as well. If we have stuff that's pressing, we'll both hop on together.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's all scheduling.
Oh man, my greatest nightmare, scheduling. That is man. Anytime you're talking about like organizational, like type of stuff, it's like, can someone else do it?
This is the beauty of our working relationship. She's got the little book with everything written in the book. I never had that. It was always scrawled on a piece of paper that I got lost on my desk, or I tried to remember it. Or
I was about to say I have a stack of I've actually had to do this because my memory's great, but when it comes to like when I need to do something, my phone is not enough because sometimes I leave my phone on silent or leave it in another room. So I keep index cards.
Okay.
I keep index cards handy now. So I actually have, because including y'all's interview and like a bunch of others I had to do, I actually had like this whole like index card full of all the dates just so I would not forget them. So because I was like, ooh, well, what day did I get this person? What do I have this person? What did I do this? What did I do that? Oh my God. So yeah, I wish I could better organize myself. I would probably be a way more well-adjusted person if I could.
The thing is with us, a lot of the times you have an editor that says, I need this by.
See?
So that kind of forces you to kind of behave yourself
in
regard to scheduling and stuff like that and get the stuff done. So when you have somebody waiting for it, especially in comics.
Yes.
Because you have an artist that wants to pay his mortgage. So you got to get him the script in order to help him survive.
We wrote a graphic novel that hasn't come out yet. And we had like a monthly schedule starting with us and the artists too. And we had a chapter due like every month. And that was great because we had a schedule, everything was fine. And now we have another novella coming out and the publisher is like, yeah, just get that to me whenever you're ready. And we're like, okay.
Yeah,
we're moving a little slow.
Yeah, a little bit.
Somebody needs to crack the whip to get us a little more motivated.
Well, see, it's like what it is. He's not here. I don't think he's here in the chat right now. But my video editor, I usually have to do that with him. Is that like he'll always say like, "Hey, when do you need this by?" And if I say whenever, he will take, and this is not a knock against him because I would do the same thing.
No.
He would take his sweet ass time.
Yeah.
But if I say, hey, I need this by next Wednesday, it's like, okay, I'm on
And
it.
you get it done.
Yeah, it's amazing how many other things will suddenly, when somebody says, whenever you get it to me, all this other stuff that has a more specific deadline suddenly falls into place, and that other thing gets further and further behind.
Yeah. It's even worse because it forces me to be more assertive, because that's generally my whole demeanor is whatever, man, just whenever it's done. I'm pretty chill. I don't really like stress about time really anymore these days. And but then I was like, oh wait, I actually do need to say, because if I don't, I'll probably never get it. Or and I even tell other people to tell me, because I've started doing art professionally, and I was like, oh yeah, tell me when you need it by, because that will get you you have a way higher chance of actually getting it when you want it, as opposed to telling me, oh, I can just turn it in whenever the hell I want.
Try that.
All
I
right.
need it by this date. We'll be like, okay, and then we'll do it.
In most cases, that's how it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, with, like I said, with everything y'all have had going on, and been able to kind of do this juggling act, so to speak, because I know you both do not just working together, but you both do your own projects individual, one another as well.
Yep.
So like working on this, like how, I guess, with NIRA.
Yeah.
Real quick, I guess let's get people up to speed on what it is that they should be expecting. This is gonna be like kind of like a dark fantasy type of vibe.
Yeah.
And with a lot, like, I'm trying to think of like the most accurate way to like to really nail it down. I'm trying to think of the elevator pitch, but I guess I should leave that to y'all. But basically, for me, I really dug it because it had all those dark fantasy elements, but also had some elements of other things. Almost kind of, I wouldn't say like a noir vibe, but like it had this very like, I don't know, I guess when I was thinking about NIRA's voice in my head, I was thinking of this kind of like, kind of smoky, kind of
world weary.
Yeah, kind of world weary, like almost kind of like a I wouldn't even say like I wouldn't even say like a John Constantine, but like a Dresden, like a Harry Dresden or something like that. Like almost kind of somebody that's kind of, they've been around the block, they've seen all the stuff, they've seen all the things.
Yeah, there's elements of that. Yeah, there's elements of that for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. But like what is going on with NIRA in this story?
You want to do it?
No, you do it.
We-
We have delegated, we have organized.
Wow. Yeah, all right.
He's like, fine, I'll do it.
NIRA is the first of series of novellas that we're going to be doing with this character, whose name is Constance Evermore.
Mm-hmm.
Who's from a time very, very long ago. She was born, basically, to a time before modern humanity, before the human race that we all know and love took root instead of doing it. There was a time before that.
Mm-hmm.
And NIRA played a very important part in that world's protection. Well, somebody got a little bit lax and dropped the ball tremendously, which caused the ending of that period in history. And she's the only survivor. She's the only one left from that time period. And she's basically been cursed to fix the problem that she created a long time ago. So we have this ancient woman who was a shaman of her people, a magic user, who basically is correcting the residual effects of the stuff that she fouled up so very long ago, cleaning up the mess. And she travels to
wherever she's
needed.
Yeah.
In her Victorian.
It's a Victorian house now. It used to be a hut. At one point, she lived in a cave.
Yeah, the place what she lives in is basically her transport. Yeah. Think of it as like a supernatural TARDIS.
Okay, I like that. I like that vibe.
Little Doctor Who nod.
Yeah, we're Whovians over here. We could do a little Who.
So that's the basis of her. She's somebody who's lived a very, very long time and has been living with the guilt of what she's done for a very, very long time, and it's kind of starting to wear on her a little bit. She understands. She understands what she was responsible for, but after hundreds of thousands of years, it's kind of
right.
Likes it.
Anymore. Yeah, it's kind of like I get it. Man, did I screw up? But I got work to do. I got stuff that I got to get done.
I mean, I can empathize. I have, not on that scale, but obviously, but I have had those moments where it's like, oh, I was supposed to do this thing. I should probably get to that.
You don't want to do it.
Yeah, no.
But I really should do it. Yeah.
Right. So from one thing that, and I don't want to give away too much of this because it's my, but it was. I do want to put some respect on the introduction of our main character because very rarely and I think introductions are everything. First impressions are everything. Yeah. But what I really loved in the early goings of this novella is that when we are first introduced to Constance, it's in a way that really set the tone for who she is as a character, like what you should expect from her, and also really endeared me to her just in her casual and very matter of fact tackling of Nazis. Yeah. Like as I like because I was so full disclosure, I was going back and reading through it again yesterday in preparation, and when I was going back to that part, I was like, there's a lot of really cool parts in it, but like I was like, I think this might be like my favorite like introduction of something or someone, like just how I felt like as a character, Constance was very like audible, in her portrayal, that I felt like I could hear what she was saying in my mind as I was reading it, and clearly, so yeah, I really, so yeah, I have no hat, but I'm tipping my hat. That's me tipping my hat.
What's so funny about like the whole creative process of coming up with stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I think when we originally plotted that opening, it wasn't as elaborate.
It wasn't, yeah.
Really?
But the more we wrote and the more we kind of looked at what we wanted to do, it just kept developing more and more. And the more it developed, the more we were like, this is her. This is how this opening has to be. It has to have some teeth, and it has to be a little more detailed in terms of like setting a place, setting a time, because that will help us after the fact when we meet her again in a more modern time. So it turned out to be far more elaborate than we thought it was going to be. Yeah. and I'm glad it did, because that
Mm.
actually,
I like
that,
the way it turned
yeah,
out.
the opening of that book is really, I'm really proud of it. And I think we did a really nice job.
It wasn't easy.
It was not easy. It was not easy.
Because when we started, it was probably about a year ago.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And we had been writing predominantly comics.
Mhm.
So it was a completely different type of writing. And we hadn't worked on prose together in a couple of years, I think. Like, we wrote a novel during the pandemic, and that was a huge 500-page behemoth.
Oh, wow.
But this was the first time we had returned to prose writing together.
Yeah.
And it was a rocky start because it was hard to like find our rhythm again.
Yeah, I mean, what's interesting is that I've written like 40-something novels, but comics came a calling again, and I found myself doing far more comics over the last 5 years or so than prose stuff, book stuff. And Jeannine is still in that learning process, and that's no slam on you at all in terms. So it was kind of like me getting my footing again, but at the same time wanting to give her opportunity to stretch her legs and to, learn how to do this stuff. And so it was both of us were kind of like drunks on a ship at sea, crashing into each other, and
it was challenging. I think it took us a while to get the draft done. I mean, it's a novella; it's like 100 and some odd pages.
Yeah,
just like
that first opening scene with her and the Nazis and the guy
in the
we worked on that for like a month, I think,
or more than that.
Or more.
Wow!
We kept going
torture.
back. We kept going back to it. It was one of those things where it was almost like it wasn't quite right yet.
Yeah.
And I honestly think that opening section pretty much sets up the rest of the book.
Yeah.
And I think if that wasn't right, nothing coming after it would have worked.
I mean, I can definitely say that I felt like I had a very strong understanding of who Constance was just from that one moment alone.
Yeah.
And so like when she pops back up in other parts and is interacting with the characters, like there's nothing that she does that I feel like would not have made sense.
Right.
The way that like it's really kind of funny because when you think about like I guess the kind of like character archetype that Constance is, she breaks a lot of rules in so much that usually characters of her type are typically depicted as not, I don't want to say mean, but just not nice.
Yeah.
They're usually like kind of smarmy, kind of sarcastic, very quick-witted, sharp tongue. But at the same time, I felt like Constance was always really nice. Like it was never like a like the way, like it was like she was pulling off the same kind of like air, but doing it in a way that like I don't commonly see done, where like it almost kind of, I guess, to affect a Southernism, like I think the most I think it ever delved into like was like a bless your heart type of energy, I guess. Like I always felt like everything she said was very just like if someone didn't understand something she said, or if someone was just kind of like nonplussed at like something that she did, it was just all just that's kind of how it read. That's kind of how it read to me, and I was like, oh, that's so sweet. Like I said, she's it all comes. It seems to me to all kind of just come from a place of love, but also from a place of this isn't my first rodeo. This is this is my 1,000th rodeo, and this is just like Tuesday for me. Like,
and like I'm really not sure I want to do this. I really don't. I don't. Really,
right.
I'm really not too sure about this one.
Yeah.
But
she knows she has to.
But she knows she has to.
Yeah. The job that And I think that's something everybody should be able to identify with too on some level. I think we've all had a job that we didn't want to do.
Yeah.
No matter how much we need to do it, we got to do it. I used to sit in my car and cry for I used to have to like go into my job sometimes in the before times. So I would literally, or if not in my car, I would go in like the employee bathroom and lock the door and then just like cry before it was time to open. So
That does not sound good.
no, it's not good. There's a reason why I do this now as opposed to anything else. It was not a. It wasn't a good time. It
No,
was.
it doesn't sound good. It does not sound good.
It was. It was like there were some days where I wasn't sure, but I wasn't sure what was going to happen. But yeah, I mean, I think that the idea of what she has to do, kind of being like a reluctant hero, I think she wears it well, and I like this character, so I think it's great that you're saying that there's going to be more.
There's going to be more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, well, yeah, let's get some more out here, because I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, one thing I wanted to ask, because I know we were kind of talking about this earlier, but talking about getting back into the pros of it. So Jeannine, for you, because you were already, to my understanding, already pretty pro savvy, to begin with. So like having like jumped from prose to doing comics and then like kind of coming back to it, was there any like oh, okay, yeah, let me I'm learning, is it learning to ride a bike all over again, or was it like oh yeah, okay, this is comfort zone, or what was it like?
I think it was definitely learning how to ride a bike over again.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I have days. I have different days, and it depends on which day it is. I'm currently working on a tiny novelette of my own. And I was looking at it the other day, and I'm like, this isn't so bad. And then I went back to it the next day, and I'm like, this is shit. I can't do this. What was I thinking? So I have like good and bad days, but I think it's definitely still, for me, there's still a lot of things that I'm learning about both comics and prose writing. Because I feel like every day, when like we talk and you give me feedback, I go, oh, I didn't know about that, or oh, that's right, I forgot about that. So it's still, everything I do is like opening my eyes and kind of a learning process all over again.
And I've said this a million times, and this would be good for your listeners as well. I've been doing this a long freaking time, and I'm still learning.
Yeah.
Every new project is a learning experience. There's something that I either have never done before, or my approach to something is different than what I've done before. It's always eye-opening in some way. Be it prose, be it comics. Yeah, you're always learning. As a creator, you're always learning.
Yeah. Plus, now you're working with a partner, and we work. That's me.
Oh. I was just going to say, when did this happen?
It's like, wait a minute. Who signed off on this?
You did. You signed off. I think that our collaborations are much different than the people you've collaborated with before.
Way different, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I probably at the very beginning needed much more hand holding.
Yeah. But that was an understanding going into the professional relationship, was that I was going to kind of show the ropes.
Yeah.
So I knew. I mean, it's not like I'm sitting there going, "Oh crap!"
No.
Here we go again. No, this was what I signed on for. So I'm well aware, and honestly, and I think I've said this in a previous interview, it's eye-opening to me, because it's allowing me to observe and appreciate stuff that I've kind of like grown bored with, accustomed to, or whatever. I'm looking at it with fresh eyes, and it's really kind of exciting. It's kind of like reinvigorated my interest in a lot of aspects of storytelling and stuff, because you almost go into autopilot. You do stuff long enough that you're kind of just going through the motions. And I think having Jeannine as a partner, I have to pay attention to those motions now and kind of really observe them and kind of make sure that I'm getting this stuff across to her, so she can apply them to our work, her work, or whatever. So yeah, it's really kind of been, it's fun in that aspect, that it's kind of forcing me to appreciate kind of what we do again, as opposed to just kind of putting my head down and getting stuck in the machine of the deadline, where you just literally are just churning it out one thing after another. It's kind of like giving me an appreciation of stuff again.
But I still think he cringes when I say, well, I have a question. He tries to hold it, he tries to hold his face, in a normal way, but I see him go.
What you're not explaining, though, is when you have a question, it's usually 7 hours that we spent figuring out the answer to that question. Far deeper than, should I use, what pronoun should I use here?
I mean, I get it, because not to go off into detail, but recently becoming accustomed to a collaborative effort myself, that's usually what it usually would be for my conversations with my artists. It's like, hey, can we tap in real quick to talk about this one little thing? And then like I look at my watch and I'm like, it's been 4 hours. Yeah, it's been like 4. Like, and so many other things have probably been talked. I mean, the thing we wanted, but like so many other things come up, and it's not a bad thing, but it's just like, I know when it's like, okay, hey, can we talk about this real quick and figure this part out? And it's like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna block out the rest of my, like, I was like,
you better set.
Hold my calls.
Yeah, you better set like 4 hours aside.
Yeah.
It's never quick.
It's like there'll be times where it's like, hey, we're having like a movie night or whatever, and I see my phone ring and I'm like, I'm gonna go take this. Y'all carry on without me. I'll catch up later. Don't pause the movie waiting for me. I'm not coming back.
Anytime soon.
No, never, not at all. So yeah, but I will say, just to kind of focus on what you were talking about specifically, the good days and the bad days. Like, because like I wonder if it's like just like more imposter syndrome than anything else, because that's something I've personally dealt with as well, where like I'll be like, I'm not really good at doing this thing, and other days I'm like, yeah, I'm great at it, but deep down really you are good at the thing. It's just that you're not, you just have to kind of like you have to get that evil dark robe wearing version of yourself, like, to go back off and go somewhere else.
Mine's really big. That little dark thing over my shoulder with the rope is like gigantic most days.
Oh man!
But you know what? Again, I've been doing this for a long time. You still go through it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think when it comes, the best thing that you can do about that is understand that it's never going to leave. It's always going to be there. It's always going to rear its ugly head when you least want it to, but it's always going to be there. And you just I think just having an understanding of the fact that, that's going to pop up here or there. Your best bet would be just to ignore it.
Mm-hmm.
Put your head down, do your work.
Get back to work.
Back to work. Don't listen to that voice, because it's
really loud though.
Yeah, but it's it's not going to do you any good.
Yeah. That like I said, it's something I've struggled with it myself for a long time, just in just on this side of things. So yeah, it's one of those. I'm just like, it won't go away. I've been.
No, it's not.
I've been doing this for like 5. Oh no. Lies. I've been doing this for like 7, almost 8 years now, and I still have my like, I'm not really as good as I think I am, and then like someone be like, man, shut up, dude. You got like you're good, and I'm like, oh okay, yeah, I am good.
Yeah. And again, I think the understanding of that fact that it's gonna be there. Your brain is gonna play little tricks on you. It's gonna play little games with you, and just an understanding that it's just part of all this.
Yeah.
It's part of the creative process. And I think when you don't have it, it's probably when you should have it.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah.
I would even add, if you don't have it,
Yeah.
you can probably. I think it's safer to assume that you're not as hot shit as you think you are.
Yeah. It keeps you modest.
Yeah. I like to often remind people that I've talked to a lot of people, of varying degrees of fame, and all of them infinitely more famous than myself. And one thing that is usually consistent amongst all of them is that they all have that voice in the back of their head. So,
I'm not even going to name names. If I name the names of people that I've had conversations with about this very thing, you'd be floored.
Oh,
you'd be floored.
Yeah.
But I think that for what y'all have done, and I want y'all to put some respect on your names here. Having jumped back and forth between comics and writing prose, and still being able to like figure it all out. Like I said, that is to me, I like that impresses me just on the feed alone. If not the story itself, because like I said, I found NIRA very enjoyable. Obviously I wouldn't have read it twice if I didn't. Because I don't typically read prose very often. I usually listen to it because I'm always multitasking. So so like it's just easier for me. But I think that I think y'all have done a fantastic job.
Thank you.
I think. I mean, I don't know what my opinion is worth these days,
Well,
but
it means it to us.
Yeah, there you go.
Especially because he only listens to us.
Right.
Right.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Another guy that I know works construction, and he has to drive everywhere. Listens to books. And he sat down and read this one. He was like, I want to know this story. I want to read it. So he actually, for the first time in years, sat down and read it. So that's two people who normally listen, who give us a moment of their time to.
Hey, that's an endorsement.
Yeah,
that's an endorsement. That's as good as 2 thumbs up.
Yeah.
That's as good as Siskel and Ebert with 2 thumbs up right there as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, no, I openly and freely admit that a lot of times, and I don't want to make it hot for anybody, but I've been offered lots of like prose work to review, and I typically tell people every time I am a notoriously slow reader when it comes to prose, just because not just because I'm a slow reader, but because I also don't always have a lot of time to sit down.
Right.
And if I'm sitting down, I'm usually here at my computer and I'm working on something. I'm either recording something, editing something, drawing something, or writing something. I rarely am I ever actually like reading something that's not a comic book. And that's really because I can do those really quickly.
Yes.
But when it comes to prose, and I guess it's the way my brain is wired. My brain is wired in such a way that like I read it more slowly because I want to take in everything. And I guess for whatever reason, I haven't gotten to that place where I can just read a book just like boom, 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 boom. Like I can't do it. I have to drink in the the descriptions, and I have to have the character's voice in my head, so on and so forth. So so I always tell people, it's a dangerous prospect to give me prose and expect me to like do it in a timely to be able to talk about it in a timely fashion.
Thank you for doing that for us.
Yeah. Well, it was easy because and I guess too, it also helps, and I'm kind of this way with a lot of things. I think it kind of helped that it was in my wheelhouse.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Of things that I like. Man, I don't know if I should let this get out. But I'm gonna tell myself a little bit. When I was in high school, I was actually really addicted to the Anita Blake novels.
Okay.
So I don't know what kind of I don't know where we're at as a society now as to whether or not I'm looked at funny because of that.
No.
Because I was in it. I was in it for the romance and the shenanigans. I was legitimately, as like, I think, oh God, I was like 14, 15, maybe 16 years old, and I was just like, oh, this is really cool. I really like it. So
reading is reading, and those they're pretty good. They're not bad books.
Oh, no, they're not bad, but just like, it was one of those things where it was like, I remember when I was a kid, I used to get mercilessly roasted for it, because you read these vampire werewolf romance, like this is before like Twilight and all this other stuff. Yeah. So it was like, it was one of those things. I really enjoyed those, but like, once again, it was kind of a special interest. I really like vampires. I really like werewolves. What if it were about like two regular ass people? I probably wouldn't have read it.
You had that vampire werewolf aspect. Boom.
Yes, I did. There you go. That's how you get me. That's how you get me. And I don't typically like musicals either. But if it's a musical that's like a special interest,
yes,
then I'm in.
Yeah.
So that's why we say, if it's got something for me, then I'm gonna make that extra effort. And it was good because y'all made it effortless for me. So But one thing I wanted to ask, because the nature of working on this together, when y'all were putting together, like you're putting together this story that y'all are collectively working on, because I know how you can. I don't know if it's any different than like when you were tackling like comics versus tackling prose. Like, how did you tackle your writing this? Was it like did y'all like collectively kind of come up with like an outline of things that you wanted to happen, and then just kind of pick which parts that y'all wanted to do?
Yeah, we
no. Well, we come up with the outline together. So we, whether we're here or whether we're on, used to be Skype, we'll say, okay, so this is what's going to happen at the very beginning. And then what if this happens? And then what if that happens? And we kind of go through. Before we knew it, we had a whole outline. But then literally, I think for this novella, just like with the novel, we literally sat down and wrote just about every word together. I think there were a couple of weekends when I wasn't around, and you kind of said, "I'm just going to get us through this next scene."
Yeah, we were kind of at one of those like running in place.
Yeah,
kind of like we weren't getting to the meat of the matter. So there were a couple of weekends that I said, "Let me." Yeah. You go off and do whatever the hell you're doing. Go off and pick your apples or whatever the hell you're doing.
That's a very specific thing.
Yeah. And I was like, let me get us through the thicket. Let us move forward. Yeah. And so that was one of those weekends we were just talking about earlier, where you played catch up.
It, so he had to keep
you play some catch up.
Yeah, but I think for the most part, almost all of the writing that we have done together. Mm-hmm. I think now we're getting to, we have our graphic novel, and I think he had other things that he had to do, and so I did some stuff on my own, and he kind of come back and look at it and go, okay, fix that. And I think I did like 4 or 5, maybe 5 or 6 chapters by myself. And then by the end of the time, and this was on a graphic novel, by the end of like that last chapter, he's like, yeah, this is fine. I have no notes. I'm like, yeah.
It's like, okay, look, and I think that's that's a pat yourself on the back moment right there, if ever there was one.
I like learned a lot having to do it on my own because I didn't have him to be like, oh no, I wouldn't say that, I wouldn't put that there, I wouldn't do that. I had to finish, I had to get the draft done, and then I got notes, and it was good. But I think a lot of the time I kind of I go, yeah, well, he'll know what to do with this, and I just that. So I have to be better about being more like proactive.
Yeah, but at the same time, when we're we're a team, a collaboration, it doesn't matter. I mean,
yeah, but I don't want my stuff to be crap and yours to be good.
Right, but it's not being. I mean, if it's a collaboration, it's not being looked at in that way.
Right.
Not after you get your hands on it.
Wow.
well, I could definitely say that the more I have done things, I'm learning more about how to be more collaborative. And I gotta say, it's not as challenging as I originally thought it was. But it's always one of those things like, that kind of that push and pull of trying to get that to strike that right chord. I that part, while it is sometimes frustrating to me, I do see the fun in it.
The fun is half the battle. If you're going to collaborate.
Oh, yeah.
The words of wisdom from Tom Sniegoski. If you are going to collaborate, you better like that person.
Yes.
Without that chemistry, it's gonna just be horrible. It's not gonna work, and it's gonna show in the work that the chemistry isn't there. Most of the collaborations that I've been involved with have all been wonderful. I mean, I have no complaints. People have different styles. As long as you understand that when you go in to collaborate with them, that's fine. There was an attempted collaboration. I'm not naming any names or anything like that. I might say maybe 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Oh,
no matter what. I mean, I thought that this was going to be great. And honest to God, it was like,
kind of fizzled.
Fizzled isn't even the right word.
Yeah.
It just,
wow.
wasn't working on any level. And the other half was perfectly happy with how this was going. And I was not in any way, shape, or form happy with this process. And I knew that for the next phase of the process, which would be even more all-consuming, I wasn't going to be able to make it through it. And so I had to kind of end the collaboration and basically say, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
It was tough.
It sounds like, and I think that might happen. I don't know. Maybe I don't really have any insight on creative efforts exactly like that. But it to me, it kind of feels like it's like that. It's almost like a romantic relationship that one party is perfectly happy and the other party is unhappy, and it's probably about to end very soon.
Yeah.
And the other person just doesn't even know.
The other half was so excited and thought that this was going to be the most fabulous thing in the world. And it just wasn't gelling. It just wasn't gelling.
Oh, man, that hurts.
No matter what I did to try to correct the problem, we were back to the problem every single time. So it was definitely one side not really paying attention to the other side. And I think this is, both of us are totally aware of what the other person kind of expects of each other. And that was not happening in that faulty collaboration. That was yeah.
That breaks my heart.
I know, because I think we both went into it thinking, oh, this is going to be fantastic. I'm so excited. Aren't you excited? Yes, I'm excited too.
It's like,
honest to God, 2 weeks in, I was like,
oh man,
kill me.
I've been there. Not, like I said, not from a creative standpoint, but from a I guess technically it's creative, but not from like a writing or standpoint, but from a content creation standpoint, I definitely have been there. So I empathize on that level.
It was not a good fit.
Well, I think that what y'all have done, and I think it's just proof positive in the fact that y'all have turned in so much stuff together as is. Y'all definitely found the groove, and I'm like I said, I'm always excited to see y'all out here putting more creative stuff out, and I feel like I've already given this story some really I guess what's the best way to put it, like some really why am I blanking on words today? Strong recommendations, but I will say yet again, if you are someone who is a fan of dark fantasy, you're a fan of cool protagonists who can light up a room, but also unalive a Nazi or two or three or four, and knows her whiskey. I can't recommend this enough. And this is, I want to make sure I'm correct in my saying this. NIRA Constance Evermore story. This is going to be through is it Bad Hand Books?
Bad Hand Books.
And so go check this out. Go pick it up. This is September the 16th. This is coming out.
It
So
might be bookstores.
I was gonna. That's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, because the reason why the book took as long as it did to come out after we finished it is that Bad Hand got a big book distributor.
Yeah.
He was like a little guy just kind of doing his own thing, but he actually got distribution. So now Bad Hand Books are available in all bookstores across the land. So they wanted to wait and include NIRA in that in that distribution deal.
Right. Okay, yeah, because I remember when we had talked about it the first time, I do actually remember it was gonna be sooner, but then
it was supposed to be the beginning of this year, of 2020,
right,
first quarter.
Yeah.
And then they pushed it back, which we're fine.
Oh yeah, we're fine.
Yeah.
I mean, if more people can see it, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, and I'll like I said, I definitely look forward to because one of the things I've actually been doing lately, my kid has been getting they've always been a reader, but they've just been becoming more of a bookworm lately. So I was like, so ever so often we like to run into the bookstore and go pick up books. So when I think I'll actually no, I'll have to do it when I come back. Because I'll be out of town. But when I come back, we'll be making a little trip to the bookstore. When we get back here and can take a look in the shops, because like I said, that's something that to me is just really cool. I'm oh man, I get to see this book on the bookshelf. It's gonna be awesome. So I like to have that physical thing there. I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to it. Y'all should be looking forward to it. So whichever way you do, whether you walk into a store or you go pick it up at an online retailer, go do it. You will not be sorry, I promise you.
And a shout out to the artist Tom Brown.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
who did some spot illustrations throughout the book.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the whole reason why it exists.
Yeah.
I had worked with Tom on a project called The Raven's Child. a graphic novel that came out through Penguin Random House,
Yeah.
many years ago. And Tom reached out to me and said, "Hey, I'm doing some illustration work for this new publisher, Bad Hand Books. Do you guys want to come up with a novella, and I could draw the pictures that go in it?" So
it's like, well, yeah, duh.
We had some ideas that we'd been sprinkling around, thinking that we might like to write stories about this character, and those notes and whatever became NIRA.
Yep.
And Tom. If it wasn't for Tom, NIRA wouldn't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, like that's which I wanted to kind of show this off, because like I said, once again, like, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I've met Constance before at least a time or two in my life. My times making the bar rounds in the goth nights in Midtown. I feel like I have known my share of of Constance Evermore's at least a time or two. But yeah, like I said, I love it. And also, yeah, the moments which I actually thought that were very impactful. The moments that when new characters are introduced, or just when something's going on, kind of seeing those moments, I really enjoyed, because it I don't know, it had that kind of a vibe to it where I felt like, oh, okay, yeah, this I kind of it's kind of helping me figure out who these characters are. And I think that's always very important to me. Because it also helps my brain not to do as much work. But I love having faces to put with things. But yeah, I will say, yeah, go check this out. And also, I don't know if there's anything y'all can as far as like stuff that's coming up later down the stretch. But I don't know if did y'all have anything y'all wanted to promote while y'all were here?
Well, we can talk about something.
Oh, okay.
But we haven't even written it yet. We just finished the outline for what the book will be, but we're doing I did a book with Mike Mignola in 2017 called Grim Death and Bill the Electrocuted Criminal. Well, Bad Hand put out a new edition of that book, and we're doing a new Grim Death book. Another novella. That'll be our next novella. Will be a new Grim Death story. So it'll be me, Jeannine, and Mignola will be the spiritual advisor.
Okay. And also, if I'm not mistaken, I might be mistaken on this. I'm not 100%, but I think Vampirella Dark Reflections either is about to be out.
Oh, the collection
in collected format. If it's not, I think it's about to be. I know it's. I know it's no more than a week or so out.
That date has changed a bunch of times. So I kind of gave up looking because it wouldn't come out. Give me another date, and it wouldn't come out. Yeah. So maybe it is coming. That'd be great.
Yeah, it's the whole diamond thing, kind of just like
that's all the diamond thing. Yeah,
and I take personal responsibility for that because Diamond is technically, at least, I don't know if they're home based, but I know Diamond used to or was at some point based out of Memphis or Memphis adjacent area. So I take responsibility for them on that one. Diamond sucks, and I can say that now. I've never known anyone who worked for Diamond who had a good time. Nope. And I don't think I've known anyone who's ever worked with them to have a good time. So I think it's. I think we're in a good place now where we can actually like say that out loud and no one has to like feel bad about it. But no, I like I said, I look forward to all of it. I will also say for anyone who is here, who's enjoying the conversation, not only should you go and check out NIRA, a Constance Evermore story, and go actually, and more specific, go pre-order. Just go pre-order. Just go do that. But also, just a teensy, look, just pre-order. Just if you do that, you don't even have to worry about it later.
Exactly.
That's
Get it
that's
out of
how
the
I
way.
do.
Get it out of the way.
I can't tell you how many like graphic novels and most of this crap that's on my wall right now. I say it's crap, but it's because it's mine. But yeah, all that stuff has appeared on my doorstep because I put up a pre-order and then just forgot about it, and then one day someone knocks on my door and I see a box and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Surprised.
I was like, oh, I forgot about it. It's a pleasant surprise. It's like you look at it like, oh, for me, I shouldn't have. But I also have listed down below some more works. Like like I said, if you want to see more stuff from Tom and Jeannine, I have well, for one, I have links to the pre-order for Vampirella Dark Reflections.
Okay.
But there should also be links to Soul Taker, and Vampyverse should also be in there as well. And I think I remember I want to say, I don't know if I could find one for Panther, but one way or another, we'll find it. We'll get it in there. But you'll go check out those links. Yeah. Y'all go check them out because it's all good stuff. It's all good stuff. Especially if you like that genre of storytelling. If you like dark fantasy, then you should definitely be reading NIRA. But that said, thank you so much, both of you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. Oh, anytime. Look, anytime. Y'all are always welcome here. And of course, obviously, when another thing that you can't talk about, whatever.
Yeah.
But when you can, you can come back.
The one thing I think they said that there's sometime in September we could talk about it.
Yeah. When that time comes, like I said, we'll
let you be. You'll be the first.
You'll be first.
We'll revisit it. We'll revisit it. But yes, thank you all so much, and everyone else, thank you all for watching. And I'm gonna chat. I'm gonna have to kick you all out, and y'all have to go find something else to do. I apologize. I'm done for the day. Thank you all so much, and good night.